Welcome students to another class of BA Part 1 English Literature. We will continue with paper 1 and this time I have taken a poem from section A, and this time we are going to study another poet who belongs to the metaphysical poetry. We have already studied John Donne in your syllabus, prescribed in your syllabus, Death Be Not Proud. And let us see who is another poet in your syllabus who writes in the manner of metaphysical poetry. George Herbert is the poet born on 3rd of April 1593 and who died on 1st of March 1633. So George Herbert also belongs to that group in which John Donne was writing as far as metaphysical poetry is concerned, and the poem prescribed in your course also has religious, spiritual inclinations, just like John Donne had in his poem Death Be Not Proud. The poem prescribed in your course of this poet is entitled The Pulley. So let us, as usual, study about the biography of the poet George Herbert. He was a Welsh-born poet, orator and priest of the Church of England. His poetry is associated with the writings of the metaphysical poets which I just mentioned, and is recognized as one of the foremost British devotional lyricists. So his themes would be devotional, which are addressed to God, and his subject matters are also religious. He was born into an artistic and wealthy family and largely raised in England, and received a good education that led to his admission to one of the most famous Old Trinity College of Cambridge in 1609. He went there with the intention of becoming a priest because he had these religious inclinations, but he became the university's public orator and attracted the attention of King James I and served in the Parliament of England in 1624 and briefly in 1625 also. Coming to the poem, as you can see in this diagram, and you would be familiar with the instrument which is being shown here in the picture, that is a pulley, and in most of our villages we can find this kind of a structure to pull water from wells. Villagers use this pulley which has a round rim of iron, and a rope moves around it, and the weight, which could be a bucket, as you pull water from buckets, and the person who marked as P would pull the rope so that the weight can be easily pulled up. So though it's a very commonplace machine which is available in most of the villages and we are all familiar with it, but the treatment that the poet has given to this pulley reflects his logical thinking, just like John Donne did in his poem Death Be Not Proud. So because, as I mentioned, that George Herbert is also a metaphysical poet, and in our last video we did learn about the main characteristic features of metaphysical poetry, that they are filled with conceits or comparisons between two things which are very dissimilar, like in this poem, pulley, as you will soon find out, will be connected to a supernatural and religious concept between God and man. So, George Herbert's metaphysical poem, The Pulley, is one of the best known, and in it he uses a conceit or a comparison, a type of figurative language that is most commonly associated with John Donne. In this poem, the conceit or the comparison revolves around the pulley. He uses it to depict humanity's restless nature and the reason why human beings are incapable of being satisfied. Though it may appear very strange that how a pulley can be connected to human life in this way, but let us see how the poet has done so. When considering this conceit, think about the way that a pulley creates force and leverage. As I just told, a person has to pull the rope so that the weight is lifted. God kept rest to himself in order to always be able to pull mankind back. But this choice means humankind is continually running from place to place seeking out satisfaction. So, the analysis of this point is that the pulley, written by George Herbert, focuses on the relationship between man and God. It is a metaphor or a comparison to the creation story of the Holy Bible. So, this is what is the feature of metaphysical poetry, that something which we cannot imagine can be compared, the poet would use his logical reasoning to compare that, but the theme here is religious. Let us now first read the poem, The Pulley. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessing standing by, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches, which dispersed lie, contract into a span. So, strength first made a way, then beauty flowed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made a stay. Perceiving that alone all of his treasures rest in the bottom lay. For if I should, said he, bestow this jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me, and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So both should losers be. Yet, let him keep the rest, but keep them with repining restlessness. Let him be rich and weary, that at least, if goodness lead him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. So, this is the poem which we have read, and all students are advised to read it 3 times, underline the difficult words which each one of you find, and write them down in your diary, as I've asked you to do it in all the assignments which I give you. So, the task for you today is to underline the difficult words and write the meanings from the dictionary, and you can send the pictures of the meanings you have written down to me on the group. And in our next class, when you have read the poem clearly, we will study the analysis and the explanation of the poem, The Pulley. So, thank you for this.